Hi, Annika. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So today I just wanted to follow up with your interaction with Greg and see how that went, and we can debrief that more and yeah, just see kind of how you felt about it. Is there anything that you wanted to discuss today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so then we'll just talk about the interaction with Greg. Um, did you get a chance to talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about how that went.
Well, it went.
Okay.
I talked to him about like how he isn't allowed to talk to the kids about what's going on in court, or like promise them things like that they'll be able to be at his house for Christmas. Because there's just like no way of knowing what's going to happen. And then I also addressed the comments that he had made to the kids about their mom.
Okay. How did he take it?
He got pretty angry, honestly. Like, he started arguing with me and told me that I'm trying to, like, ruin his relationship with the kids because they're looking forward to coming to his house for Christmas and stuff. And that, like, I won't let him get them excited about it, so, like, it's my fault. I don't know. And then he went on about how, like, I don't do this with their mom and how, like, the whole program is biased towards women. Yeah, I don't know. He just like kept going on and like twisting my words and like, I don't know. I like wasn't actually saying those things, but he was getting really angry. So.
Yeah, that's hard. So how did you handle that?
I mean, I guess I just like let him vent because at that point, like I really didn't know what to say to him. And then when he was done, I just said like, sorry you feel that way, but that's our policy, and like I ended the whole interaction because I just didn't know how to respond to him.
Yeah. And was Mary in the room with you during this interaction?
Yeah, and I think that did help me like feel safer or whatever. She explained to him more of the reasons like behind the policy, but I was just like really shaken up and upset because like I really didn't know how to handle it. So I'm glad that Mary was there. But I feel like I just look like I don't know what I'm doing, like, and I think that it'll make it difficult for Greg to like respect me, because he thinks I'm an idiot pretty much. So yeah, it's just frustrating because like before the situation, I feel like I didn't really have any major problems with him, but now he just like he thinks I'm incompetent and like won't take the intervention seriously in the future, and then also he just thinks like I don't know that I'm against him. So
Yeah, and those are all valid concerns, and that's difficult, like a difficult thing to experience. So how did you feel during all like this whole interaction?
I don't know, like I felt pretty uneasy and not prepared. Like I knew that I needed to talk to him, I guess, but I just like didn't really know what to say.
Okay. Yeah, and that's hard. And like I do want to commend you for addressing it directly because that can be really scary and really tough to do.
Yeah,
like especially if you don't know how they're going to respond, which we often don't.
yeah.
So I think that you did that very well. Like it's important to clearly state that just because if they don't know what they did wrong, then how can we expect them to change? But that's really daunting. So
Yeah, it's just kind of like a terrifying thing to like feel like I'm not knowing, like I don't know what to do in a situation, and then also like having this man like yelling at me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's a little scary.
Yeah, but I'm proud of you for addressing it directly. Again, I think you did that very well. Like even if you didn't know how to handle his reaction, like that's okay. It's part of the learning process.
Okay.
And I do want to say that I realize now that I probably should have done more last time to prepare you, like for that interaction and how to engage a client when they don't respond very well. So I do want to apologize for that. I realize now I should have done more.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, yeah, honestly, like I didn't feel very prepared, and I think that it would have been helpful to like have more training, I guess, from you for that. But like I do think that having Mary there was helpful because she was like, I don't know, just having like another person there like kind of helped calm him down and maybe also helped calm me down too. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And I, like, that can definitely be helpful at the beginning of this job, but, like, my goal for you is to get you to a point where you feel comfortable enough in these situations to handle them on your own, which I know is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem kind of hesitant about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, it's just not gone well, and I think that it'll be difficult in the future because there's just, like, so many things that can happen, and there's no way to be prepared for, like, all of the reactions that a client can have, and so, like, I don't know, I just, like, would really rather have someone else there every time I talk to a client, especially somebody like Greg, because you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, it's true that there's no way to anticipate every possible reaction just because there's so many different things that can happen. But I do think that you're capable of handling these situations on your own. Like, you've displayed a lot of skills already. Again, like, addressing it directly, like, even if they don't go as well as you had planned. And just the fact that you did it and you still didn't feel prepared, like, that speaks volumes. So, like, for this interaction, you did do a lot of things well. Again, clearly stating what the problem was. And yeah, I mean, you knew when to leave the conversation, which is important. And I think for the future, it would be beneficial to explain, like, right away the reasons behind the policy. So, I mean, like, when he was telling you about, like, when he was talking to you afterwards and reacting really angrily, like, there were reasons behind that. Like, he cares very deeply about, like, his relationship with his kids. Like, and you know that, like, you've been working with him for a little while. So I think it's important to frame it as, like, a protective factor for the kids. So again, like, you know that the reason we don't allow them to talk about court is because that's something that can stress the kids out.
Yeah.
And, like, we don't let them promise things for the future because if it doesn't happen, then that could damage the relationship with the kids. And, like, we don't let them say anything negative about the other parent just because, like, it's good for the kid to have those relationships if they're safe and healthy, you know?
Yeah.
So just framing it, I mean, this may not always be possible, but in this situation, like, acknowledging his concerns while also explaining how, like, the interventions you provided, like, line up with his concerns, you know, or can help better the relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess. Like, so you think that I should, like, I don't know, like, talk to him about that before he gets mad? Or, like, should I just, like, readdress it? I don't really know, like, how to talk to him about it now because, like, I feel like the damage has already been done.
Yeah, yeah, and I think, like, I can see that too. And again, that would have been something that would have been helpful for me to go over with you last time. But I think for next time, like, when he's waiting for his kids to come, you can sit down with him and just kind of, like, acknowledge that, you know, the interaction didn't go very well, and that, like acknowledge his concerns and then explain, like, the reasons behind the policy. And I think that will make him feel better. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think I can do that. Will I be by myself next time?
Yes, you will be by yourself.
Okay. Okay, is there any way that we can change that, or is that just what's going to happen?
Well, I do understand that you have concerns about doing this alone, but again, I do believe that you're capable of handling this situation on your own. So I do want to let you try it. And again, like, you will be safe. There are safety measures in place.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you feel okay about that?
Yeah, sure. Like, I can try it. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah, so to kind of summarize our meeting, we talked about the interaction with Greg and how that went and kind of how to handle that in the future. And yeah, then we also just talked about, like, how to handle or what to do in the next meeting. So again, just acknowledging his concerns, and kind of explaining things from the kids' perspective and explaining our policies as protective for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions or anything you wanted to discuss?
No, I don't think so. I think it's fine. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.